and don't take offense. I hope no one takes offense to this, especially World's Strongest Man winners, is that winning World's Strongest Man isn't that special these days. So sorry to say that.
Sure.
It really, like, in my eyes.
So Eddie Hall recently on YouTube has done kind of 2 main interviews with 2 strongmen that are on the circuit at the moment. And
I watched one.
You watched one?
Yes.
Only one?
I don't watch the
other one.
You know what I mean?
So Eddie Hall, like one of them, like was say a full 40 minutes I think interview, and then the other one was with Mitchell Hooper, and he was talking about obviously his deadlift and how to increase your deadlift, because obviously, as we know, Eddie Hall, first man to deadlift 500 kilos in a strongman competition. Like, it's incredible feat.
Yeah, so that video was pretty informative.
Very informative.
Yeah, so Eddie did a very good job, you know, and Mitch Hooper, I think, absorbed every bit of it. You know?
And rightly so, because Eddie, in the video, like, this is obviously the reason why we're making this video, but Eddie made, like, an outstanding statement, which actually makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but
to us,
to be fair, he made a disclaimer before he made
well,
the
he did make a disclaimer.
Yeah,
he
straight
did
away, like, I know a lot of people will try to, maybe they're going to take offense.
No offense.
Something fucking special. I had to do something different. And that's why the 500 kilo was so important to me, to sort of combine the World's Strongest Man and the deadlift together was like cementing that legacy and cementing an almost guaranteed career out of it.
Eddie Hall, it was basically saying that he feels now that the shine has kind of gone off World's Strongest Man, in the fact that it's probably not seen as prestigious as it once was, and he feels, I think even he said at his time when he was doing World's Strongest Man that was even the case then. So that's where his record comes into play.
He felt like just by winning World's Strongest Man is not enough to go further into becoming a mainstream name,
to be remembered.
He needed to get that 500 kilos deadlift, and he did, and he combined that together, and after
World's
getting it
Man,
done,
record.
So he did the record first, and then they won World's Strongest Man, and after that he's pretty much called that day. He just says, right, I'm gonna ride into the sunset and make some more money by doing other things.
Everything. He's gone into every sort of realm. Like,
and since 2017, he's still making loads of money.
Yeah, still extremely popular on social media. Like his brand is still, you know what I mean? Like he never faded away, if that makes sense. And
no, when it comes to marketing and staying relevant, I think he did the best job of all the strongmen ever. Yeah,
you know. And that's a statement.
And I think like the second guy I would say would be Mariusz Pudzianowski, but he stayed relevant just in Poland. You know, like outside Poland.
But he's a god in Poland.
Yeah, we already said that multiple times. You said it even with the random Polish people who live in Ireland. They even know that name. You know,
like how did you know him?
Yeah, but that goes to show how popular he is in Poland. You know, but when it comes to Eddie Hall, he's massively popular in England.
Global now.
Yeah, and he's even in America. He's well known, you know.
Australia.
Yeah, so in Western sphere, or when it comes to like strongman, I think he's a household name, you know. I don't think that even maybe Brian Shaw would be to his level. Thor as well.
Brian Shaw is very popular, but I don't think, in my eyes, I think
popular. I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it goes Eddie Hall, Thor, then Brian.
Yeah,
and in the public realm, like, you know what I mean?
Because
Hafthor with Game of Thrones and stuff like this, and Eddie obviously he's been in the Fast and Furious movies.
I said it before. I think Thor and Eddie brought like the strongman name into the mainstream even further.
Stratosphere.
These two names, like they did phenomenal job for making strongman sport as big as it is now. You know, so I don't think that anyone can argue that.
With the 500 kilo record and the world's strongest man, we came to the idea that like obviously the 500 kilo deadlift record, it's been trying to be broken 8 years. 9 years.
9 years.
9 years.
2016.
Yeah, it's 16. 9 years. Oh my God, it's 9 years.
Yeah, a long time. Yeah.
Long time.
Well, Thor did it.
Well, Thor as well, but I mean in regards that from Eddie's perspective in the competition, the 500 kilos, and it's obviously Giants Live go with the 505 is what they're trying to break, but Eddie broke that record by 37 kilos on the day, like, which is like 37 kilos is a crazy amount of weight. Like,
yeah, but he was confident. He literally dedicated a year to get that done, and he explained how he did it, his approach.
I would sleep, fucking hell. I would sleep a good 7 hours a night, but then I would get up and eat, and I'd go back to bed.
Yeah.
I would do my physio, I'd go back to bed. I'd have my lunch, I'd go back to bed. You total up all the hours sleep I was getting, it'd be close to 12 hours sleep a day on average.
Yeah.
And that's the difference, I think, that as well of all the hyperbaric chambers and the ice recovery and the physio, you know, I was having 5-6 physio sessions a week. You've got to think of that, you know.
It was insane, like when it comes to physios, eating, taking the breaks,
eating alone.
Like, yeah, it's just all these things that he was doing. I think, like I said, I didn't even know what he was doing until I listened to his interview with Mitch Hooper, you know. So Mitch Hooper, well, with Mitch Hooper, it's a different story altogether.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be as heavy. Can he do it? We'll see.
Yeah.
There was in the last video in the comment section, one guy said he kind of like, I think he's rattled by his personal stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
I kind of disagreed with it. I said it seems like Mitch bounced back pretty well.
Quickly,
yeah, in the World's Strongest Man, he did underperformed. Like especially in deadlift, he got 465.
Yeah.
And Ray O'Neill and 490 and Trey Mitchell 500
with a suit.
With the suit.
With a suit.
Everyone relax. With the suit. Strongman, talking heads, whatever it was said.
Talking heads.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, can he break 505? I think he can, because he's I don't know how to describe Mitch Hooper. He's a combination with a lot of things, and I think a lot of people have mixed opinions about his personality, of what he says in his videos,
who he is.
Who he is. He's
an outlier. That's what he is.
Yeah, he is 100%.
He's a statistic outlier. That's
and a lot of people kind of doubting that he can pull 505 because of his personal life problems. By looking at him, by looking the way he's still, like, you know, posting videos, his Instagram is very active, I don't see that he's being affected that much.
No. The only thing is, I have seen some of his live streams, he's having issues with his left knee or something.
Okay.
It's been an issue
he's
had for a while.
Split jerk, probably. He always
has said
that.
That,
yeah.
So it's just repetitive, obviously, strain on the knee. But when it comes to the 505, it's hard to know. But
I just, by seeing him compete in the last 3 or 4 years now, like it's very hard to doubt him.
Yeah,
like, you know
it's
what
so
I mean?
hard to doubt him. Like,
yeah, so if he can put, like,
he got 505 to the knee last year. Like, so.
Yeah, so lockout is the issue for him. So, and look, in World's Strongest Man, he couldn't go beyond 465, which is still 465 is a lot of weight.
Max,
yeah, but that's mainly a lockout as well.
Yeah.
So he needs to work on that a lot. And I didn't really watch him and Laws as well in the same video. They had like a conversation. I kind of listened a little bit, but I think they have like a plan. And they mainly what they're trying to do is like get the Shaw Classic out of the way.
Trap bar deadlift.
So, but that's trap bar deadlift. So he's probably, that's going to be a different story altogether. I think a lot of people will pull a big weight on that.
It'll kind of change, like, you know, it's still leg drive comes into it. Like leg drive is a big part of it.
But that's different. And to doubt his ability, at this point, you know, even with all the stuff that's going on in his life, I think it would be like kind of like, I don't know, foolish if you ask me, you know. Like I think come September, he can be in phenomenal shape. He's like relatively healthy, and I think he's crazy enough to pull 505. Now the question is, he says, like, would he be considered then the strongest person of all time? Which I don't.
It's very hard to.
Don't know.
That's a very hard thing to. You know, like, it's a very hard statement. Well, not even a statement. It's just a very hard thing to kind of analyze against other athletes. Like, even in any, like, see that, what's the South African powerlifter? He broke the all-time world record at 120 kilos.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, is he the strongest person of all time? Like,
he's what? He's deadlifting over 1,000 pounds. He's squatting over 1,000 pounds. You know, like, so he's
24 years of age.
Yeah, he's what, 120
kilos.
120 kilos. Yeah. Like, you know, so would he be like, in my opinion, now Strongman is above powerlifters, but that's just me being biased, you know. So, like, in my opinion, Big Z is the strongest of all time, just not based like on all the records that he has, on all the longevity. He has
17 international competitions.
Yeah, like just mainly it's like top 3 and wins and everything else. If you go to his Wikipedia, dude, just keep scrolling. Yeah, like
you're gonna get sore finger from scrolling.
It's insane. Yeah. So to me, I don't think that I would class Mitch Hooper being at the same level as Big Z, even if he pulls 505. You know. Plus, we know that Thor is having competition too
in Germany.
Yes. Yeah. So in the video, he didn't says he will pull a big weight, but and he's not doing Shaw Classic, which was told by Mitch Hooper and Charlie as well.
Charlie, yeah.
And us.
us then after, yeah.
Yeah, and so will he like maybe he's not hyping it up, but is it possible that he'll try to pull over 500 in that competition?
Yeah, and he's just the fear of probably not pulling it is.
Yes, and you know, it's like I'm not saying that I will pull it, but if I will,
this is what,
that's what's gonna happen. You know,
he said it, like I was watching one of his latest videos. He was saying that when he broke the record, or when he did the 501 during COVID, he wore a single play suit.
Yeah,
and now he's wearing a triple play suit.
Right.
So he wore and he just all he could. I just think about it. Every time he deadlifted, all he's like, "Oh my balls!" he's like, "Is this a thing?" Like, he's just like, "Oh!" He's just all he could do is just.
Yeah. Experienced suit user, tell me in the comments, is this normal? Because they're absolutely crushed, like crushed.
So I asked actually Thor, will he compete in Giants Live September deadlift championships?
Can you say this now?
Huh?
Can you say this now?
I look. I think I can.
Yeah. I think everybody knows.
Yeah, like, you know, we speculated a lot.
Yeah.
That he might come back, and from what I understand, 99% that he won't.
Yeah. Which is, look, everybody probably assumed.
Yeah, so I won't be surprised if he'll try to pull a big weight in Germany, and that big weight might be over 500 kilos.
Because the 400 kilos that he's done is, like the other day on his Instagram, like so fast.
Yeah.
Like for 400 kilos, it's so fast. But the main question, the main topic of the video, realistically, is the deadlift the most important record in strongman? Or the most prestigious world record you could get in strongman?
I don't know anymore. I really don't know anymore. I think what Eddie did then, it was super impressive, and it really worked out for Eddie. But would it be the same effect? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not going to shock the world.
Yeah, if Mitch Hooper now, so he finished third in World's Strongest Man currently, and then he pulls 505. It's still great, but I think that I don't know what kind of effect you call. What do you call that effect? Like
the butterfly effect.
Yeah, butterfly effect. I think that's it's gone now.
Yeah, because I think the biggest reason as the why the 500 kilo was such a shock was because of the 37 kilo weight jump. Like it's a massive weight jump. You usually hear a record being broken maybe 1, 2, 5 kilos, something like that, but 37 kilos. And it's like Eddie at the time, he was the name that he was bringing to strongman. He was this huge unit of a man that like, I think it was just him as a person what really kind of set the whole thing alight. And that's why we wonder, like, is Eddie, like we said at the start of the video, probably the most famous strongman globally, as in, like, you know, after strongman and what he's done, social media, everything. But then could you say the deadlift, was it like the best world record he could have broken to tie in with the world's strongest man? So like, I think Eddie at the time, he made the right decision on focusing on the deadlift, and then obviously going for world's strongest man. And like you said, now it's really kind of, is it the same thing?
I don't think it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Still super impressive. Still, everyone will be like happy, I think, if that record falls, you know.
Oh yeah, like everybody.
But at the same time, when it comes to like being as effective career wise, I don't think it's gonna be the same.
So look, let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think Eddie is the most famous strongman? Like, there's obviously arguments. Like you said, Big Z is very famous. Yeah. Brian Shaw, Thor. We think personally, just with everything that he's done in strongman, after strongman, anything that comes around strongman, anything with strength sports in general, we think that Eddie is probably the most globally known name. Also, let us know what you think. Do you think the deadlift is the most important record or the most prestigious record? Do you think, obviously, the log press, the axle, all this kind of stuff? We'd love to know in the comment section down below. So look, let us know if you like this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you are subscribed, please press the bell icon. It'll keep you up to date with everything that's Lalas Brothers. And we'll see you in a future video.
See you later, guys.